Ireland recently voted by an overwhelming majority against two proposed amendments to the Constitution. They were rejected with 67% no vote in one case and 74% no vote in the other. Now, it's remarkable that no political party in Dáil Éireann represented the no side in public debates, except for two tiny parties, Aon and Independent Ireland, which make up 4 deputies in total out of a parliament of 160. So those 4 deputies, combined with a handful of independents, probably around 10 or less, basically stood for no voters during the referendum campaigns. So that's approximately, give or take, 14 members of parliament, 14 TDs in a parliament of 160. This is a remarkable situation, and there are a number of lessons we can draw from it. First of all, clearly the Irish government is completely out of touch with their voters. In fact, not just the government, but also the opposition parties went a completely different direction to their voter base. And second, that there is a massive democratic deficit in our country, because Dáil Éireann no longer represents the views of Irish people. And the third important lesson is that there is a tremendous political opportunity for anyone who would take it. We're now in a situation in which a very significant portion of the Irish electorate is not being represented in Dáil Éireann, whether on woke issues or on immigration or on family law. Recent polls have shown that Aon, a party of 1 TD, now has grown to 5% public support, while independents have also steadily grown in their support. It's my view that this underestimates the potential support for a new party that could actually offer an alternative perspective to what we see in our established parties. A perspective that is not obsessed with woke issues, a perspective that brings common sense to environmental regulation, a perspective that actually grapples with the situation and predicaments of real citizens who are struggling to find housing and healthcare, a perspective that actually takes seriously the problem of crime on our streets and takes seriously the problem of excessive immigration. I believe that when push comes to shove, if there are credible candidates out there and credible parties that can offer a different approach on these issues, that those parties are likely to pick up quite a lot of votes. And some of the dissenting votes will also go to the independents. We are currently seeing a transformation in the political landscape of Europe. We've seen a lot of political upsets, many of them connected with dissatisfaction over immigration policy. Up to now, Ireland has kind of stayed at the fringe of this and has not been affected electorally by this populist wave. But I think that these referendum outcomes, which clearly indicate a democratic deficit and clearly indicate a massive gap between Dáil Éireann and the people, are symptomatic of, let's say, a new political atmosphere in Ireland, and one that could be receptive to a significant shift and to perhaps a shift in allegiances from traditional parties to new parties. Now, there's no way of knowing for sure what's going to happen because it'll depend on how skillfully candidates market themselves and their programs. Having said that, I think there is a real opportunity to propose a different set of policies to the people and to cut into the support base of Ireland's traditional mainstream parties.